Thank you so much to those of you supporting the channel on Patreon, including the big patron of the month, the Nerd Therapist. Thank you. Hello, Pokemon Master. My name is Toby. Thank you for clicking on my video, and welcome. The end of 2019 approaches. Maybe you're watching this in 2020. Welcome to the future. So look, I know that Pokemon Sword and Shield just came out and you all want to know, like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing that My Pokemon Teams video. And actually, I did film a video just talking about what my Pokemon team was in Sword and Shield, although I've actually now played it twice. I'm on my third run through. And that's all very well and good, but you know what? You can watch the Let's Play, you can find out for yourself, and I'm going to be doing something similar with that in the new year. I'm now filming the last two videos of the year, and my good friend Virtually Marty tagged me in a video to talk about my Pokemon team, but not from Sword and Shield, but more specifically, my Pokemon team of 2019. If I were to look back at Detective Pikachu and the card game and Pokemon Sword and Shield, which of the Pokemon that have really impacted me this year? If I could have any 6 Pokemon that would represent 2019 for me, what would they be? And I have an answer. So thank you Virtually Marty for tagging me. By the way, anyone, if you're wanting a new Pokemon YouTuber to watch in the new year, please check out Virtually Marty's channel, linked below. And there's one more very important thing. There's a giveaway going on. With this video specifically, NintendoUK reached out to me and said, Toby, we want to give something back to your audience. Could we give out like a NintendoSwitch Lite limited edition and £50 worth of Eshop Credit? And I was like, of course, what do you want me to do? And they said all that they want from me and all they want from you is to hear a little bit about your adventure around the Galar region in Sword and Shield. Was there anything that reminded you of home if you're from the UK like me? Were there any specific moments that really stood out? I'm going to be talking about some of those in this video. And all you've got to do to enter is make sure when you're telling that story, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on YouTube, maybe you want to make a video response, make sure you add the hashtags NintendoSwitch Lite and PokemonUK. I will choose a winner in about a week, and then they will get it sent out to you. So good luck to all of you. Tell me your stories. And as for this tag video, my Pokemon team of 2019, well, here is one of mine. My first one from Galar. Because yeah, how can I not have a Sword and Shield Pokemon in this video? I'm gonna be honest, my brain originally went to Grookey. Grookey should be the first Pokemon on this team. After all, it is my favorite starter of Sword and Shield. Walking out of those starting towns, which by the way, do feel like home, the Galar region is essentially my adventure. I live in a southern England town, and the whole goal has been to keep on traveling north to get to the big city, to get to London, where I do a lot of my favorite bits of work. And the adventure from Wedgehurst to Windon is very, very similar, albeit there's a lot more Pokemon. Actually, no, I think my adventures have more Pokemon. Yeah, the more I think about it, actually, no, my life probably has more Pokemon in it than a Pokemon game. Anyway, I thought I was going to choose Grookey. Grookey was immediately my favorite starter when it was first revealed, and it's absolutely been a fundamental part of my adventures and my team. But like I say, I'll cover that in future My Pokemon Team videos. But there is a Pokemon in the Galar region that makes me feel even more cozy, even more at home. And that Pokemon is Snom. I don't know why this keeps happening. When Alola happened, I fell immediately in love with Stuffle for one reason. It's cute, it's adorable, and I feel that way about Snom. I know it's made of ice, but I want to cuddle up to a Snom. It's adorable. But there's more to it than I just find the Pokemon cute. Snom can be found right outside of Sirchester, which if any of you have watched any of my recent videos, you know that I love Sirchester because it's clearly taken some inspiration from the UK town of Bath, which to me is a place that me and my family would go as a kind of like little day holiday. Just as like a day getaway to a nice big city with some beautiful architecture. It reminds me of that. It invokes that childhood memory, a place that I would go and buy Pokemon cards. And Snom is linked to that town. It just, oh, I love Snom. It makes me love Snom even more. So Snom would be the first Pokemon on my 2019 list. Of course, I'm not going to stay stuck to Pokemon Sword and Shield, because Pokemon 2 on this list, and I think it's very important, is Charizard. And I wouldn't normally say Charizard. I know there's a lot of people out there that hate Charizard fanboys or whatever, but here's the thing. Charizard has impacted me personally massively this year. And simply put, it's been within the realms of the Pokemon trading card game. I think I've been more in love, I mean, I've always loved Pokemon cards, but I've been more in love with Pokemon cards this year than any other. And there's been a few Charizard cards that have been very special to me. I've been on the lookout for the old Shining Charizard from Neo Destiny. Still haven't got it, but I'm gonna keep on hunting. But also, there was another Shining Charizard appeared in the set Hidden Fates. I started buying packs of Hidden Fates just to try and get hold of this shiny Charizard, and in one of those tins I got a miscut Charizard GX. So I got that, then I found the Shining Charizard, which I pulled live on stream. I mean, it was awesome. And around that time, I was building a deck, and it turns out the Charizard that I got the miscut of is one that has this attack that does 300 damage in the trading card game. And I based my deck off of one of the World Champion decks, which has a card called Charizard and Reshiram, or Reshizard. Yeah, Reshizard, right? These guys. Together on one card. Thank you, by the way, Pokemon, for sending out the gift. And yeah, I mean, I've been falling in love with this artwork of Charizard, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So this Charizard was in my deck, and then another Charizard tag team came out, this time Charizard and Braixen. So there's been like 4 or 5 Charizard cards that have really impacted my love of the trading card game this year, and so thank you, Charizard, for getting me back into the TCG. Snom and Charizard, 2 very different Pokemon, you are on my 2019 team. I should also have a look at Detective Pikachu. Yeah, that was this year. Detective Pikachu came out, and my original thought was that I should have Pikachu on the list because Detective Pikachu was a big part of the year. It was really fascinating to see, you know, all the Pokemon that I love brought into real life. Here's the thing though, the Pokemon that I ended up falling in love with as a result of Detective Pikachu isn't even in Detective Pikachu. For this coffee sign, this fresh coffee sign of Noctowl that was released as part of the Detective Pikachu movie from the Pokemon Center. I bought this. I love this sign. And at the beginning of the year, that love of Noctowl, just that sign alone, it made me want to, okay. It had me buying an official plush. It had me hunting a shiny Hoot in Pokemon Crystal Virtual Console just so that I could play through Crystal Virtual Console with a shiny Noctowl, which I now got. Also, tying in with my love of Pokemon cards, there's a Shining Noctowl, which is another big one I've been hunting. All in all, Noctowl has been a massive part of my year because of that sign appearing in Detective Pikachu. So, Noctowl, Charizard, and Snom, you are my team so far, but who is member number 4? Number 4 is Gliscor. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know I was rhyming those words. Stole that joke from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'm so sorry. Here's the thing, I just want to show you something. This is Gliscor's sprite in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. It looks pretty uncharismatic. Now here's the sprite in Pokemon Platinum. Generation 4, Pokemon Platinum is my favorite game, and the way that the Gliscor's expression changed. The sprite design is so clear-cut different between the 2 iterations of the games. There's something about, like I am not interested, if you just show me that sprite from Diamond and Pearl, I'm not interested in this Pokemon, but I see it in Platinum and I'm like, that looks really cool, that's something I want to use. And so, early on in the year, I was doing a Pokemon Platinum run-through just in my own time, and it was one of those run-throughs where I share with you a lot of my Pokemon adventures, but it was one of those things where it was just me sitting in bed, spending my downtime just playing Pokemon Platinum. It was real, organic, me playing Pokemon, and Gliscor was kind of the ace of my team. Lots of people think of me and my favorite Pokemon as being Snorlax, and that's because I've said it a number of times, but Snorlax is just one of a number of Pokemon that rotate. If you've been watching the channel long enough, you'll know that I've said that Blaziken is my favorite Pokemon. It's not right now. Torterra is one of my favorite Pokemon, which it still is right now, and Gliscor is definitely, it's one of those top 10, one of those top 5. Gliscor is a Pokemon that at times has been my favorite Pokemon, especially this year, as well as Noctowl. So Gliscor, you are also on the team, and I realize this team has a lot of flying Pokemon. Okay. Next Pokemon on the list, this one is going back to Galar, Applin. I want to tell you a little story about Applin. When you're playing through Pokemon Sword and Shield, and you catch an Applin, and you know that it evolves into one of 2 very cool Pokemon, Appleton or Flapple, though I definitely prefer Appleton. And you're playing Pokemon Sword version like me, and the exclusive is Flapple, not one you want, and you catch Applin, and it doesn't learn any good moves, and then a kid in Hammerlock asks you, hey, do you have an Applin I can have? You're just like, yeah, just take it. I'm not interested. I don't want this Pokemon. It's not going to turn into the Appleton that I want. And then the kid tells you a story about how you're supposed to give the Applin to someone that you like, and you watch a really cute cutscene, and he gives you the Applin back, and he gives you the evolution item. I evolved it into Flapple, and Flapple became a big part of my team, but I always wanted Appleton. I then saw the shiny for Applin, and I thought just having a shiny be a green apple instead of a red apple was actually pretty genius. And I knew that if I was going to shiny hunt anything, it had to be Applin. And at the time, I was doing a shiny hunt, but not for myself. I was doing a shiny hunt for my girlfriend, the last shaman. I was doing the shiny hunt for her to get a shiny Sobble, and as I was doing that shiny hunt, she said to me, well look, I've actually got something for you. And she sent me a shiny Applin. She was like, I know it's your favorite shiny and you're supposed to give it to someone you like, and you know, she's my girlfriend, so she was like, you're all right, which, you know, that's the biggest compliment I'm gonna get. I'm all right, so she gave me a shiny Applin and the evolution item to evolve it into shiny Appleton, and yes, here is this good girl, Pom. I love her. I'm now using Pom on my 3rd run through of Pokemon Sword and Shield as my kind of starter Pokemon, alongside the 3rd starter that I hadn't used yet, Sip to the School Bunny. That adventure has just begun for me, so maybe I'll talk about that more in the future, but to my lovely, wonderful girlfriend, the last shaman, who I think you're going to see on the channel very, very soon. Thank you for Shiny Applin. Applin, let's just say Appleton, again, specifically Shiny Appleton. You are my Pokemon on my team number 5. And finally, number 6. I think that leads me quite nicely on to Shaman. So Phoebe's online handle is the last shaman, and she really loves Shaman Skyform, which is a form of Shaman I honestly don't like that much. And to any of you who've been paying attention to kind of my videos and the kind of little offhand mentions and that kind of thing, when it comes to YouTube, I've been keeping my personal life and that kind of stuff, relationships, I've always kept it very, very private from my channel. Just totally like real talk for like half a second. I know this isn't very Pokemon, but I always worry that if I were to get into a relationship with someone and break up with someone, YouTube, you know, we're in front of like thousands of people, and personal relationships, especially when people are going through hard times like breakups, I've seen it with friends. These aren't things that are relevant or important to the discussion about Pokemon. And so I've been a very private person. Many of you won't know that me and the last shaman, we've actually almost been seeing each other for like 2 years now. It's a long time, but it's only this year that we made it official, which definitely makes Shaman one of my favorite Pokemon this year. It's definitely been very impactful for me, but not the Sky form. Just because I prefer the regular form, I always have. I do think you're gonna see a little bit of Phoebe on the channel. I hope you will accept her as kind of part of the channel and part of what I do here, which I know you already will, because whenever I invite someone onto my channel, whether it's Phoebe, whether it's my mum, you all prefer them to me anyway. But yeah, Pokemon number 6 on the team, it's Shaman, and I will, that's really cute and gross, so I will stop now. Spilled my coffee everywhere. Right, back to clumsy, gross Toby. So this is my team. This is the team that to me represents 2019. That represents if I was a trainer in 2019, this is the team that I use. And while this team doesn't represent an actual team I've used, and I will be covering that in the new year, because obviously I want to talk about the teams I used in Sword and Shield. I want to talk about all of my 2019 teams with you, actually. And as well as that, the experiences that I had in Gala, this is the team that I think represents my year. Speaking of the team that I used in Gala, again, Nintendo were very kindly offering you a NintendoSwitch Lite, the limited edition Pokemon version with £50 worth of Eshop Credit. All you have to do, tweet out a little story about something that happened to you in the Gala region. Did it remind you of home like it did for me? Or leave a comment, or make a video response. Heck, do this tag video. I'm not gonna tag anyone specifically, and the reason for that is that I have an upcoming tag video that you might be familiar with that's gonna happen in January, and so I wanna kind of focus on that. That said, if you're watching this, consider it a tag, whether you do it as a comment or a tweet or a video response. And just make sure when you do to use the hashtag NintendoSwitch Lite or PokemonUK, because Nintendo is giving away this fantastic, gorgeous looking console, but I really would kind of like one for myself, to be honest. They're very pretty. Thank you for watching. There is only one video left to go this year, so stay tuned. Thank you for clicking on my videos all this year. It really means a lot. And of course, so hi Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master.